Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. On this page, I talk about technology and money. If you're new here, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Please consider liking this video and also sharing it if you find the content interesting, engageful, and helpful. Liking the video helps this content get out into the YouTube algorithm. It tells the AI you find this information helpful, interesting, and it reaches more people, so you add value, and then it encourages me to continue creating content that you all find helpful. So today I wanted to come on here and quickly talk about HIMSS newly released nursing informatics survey, workforce survey. So for those who don't work in tech or informatics, HIMSS is the Health Information Management System Society. It is the international society that represents technology professionals who work in healthcare, all types of technology professionals, cybersecurity, change management, digital health, startups, mobile apps, you name it, anything healthcare and technology related professionals worldwide. It's a professional organization. They do conferences and a lot more. They also have a nursing informatics group. And I've talked before about HIMSS, and folks say, oh, I didn't know nurses worked in tech or informatics. How do I find jobs? How do I get connected? HIMSS is just one of the resources I've talked about in the past. They do have memberships, and I will say, especially if you work for a health system or a technology company or a hospital, check to see if your organization has a group membership to HIMSS. HIMSS membership is not cheap. I acknowledge that. But some organizations, what they will do is they will purchase, I don't know if you call it like a site license or et cetera, or they'll make it so that anyone who works for the organization automatically gets a membership to HIMSS. So you may want to check that. But what I wanted to talk about was HIMSS Nursing Informatics Workforce Survey. So they do this survey, HIMSS, they do this survey every 3 years. They do this workforce survey every 3 years, and it gives insight into nurses who work in tech or nurse informaticians that cannot be gotten anywhere else. So nursing informatics, it is a specialty, and we do have a certification like through the American Nurses Credentialing Center Informatics Nurse Certification. But as a specialty, nursing informatics does not have its own like labor, like SOC or CIP codes like for MSN, nursing informatics graduates. So this survey is one of the best ways that HIMSS and other organizations get insight into nurses working in tech, because HIMSS is an international organization. It's a good way for them to collect this type of data and get information out there about nurse informaticians. And you don't have to be a registered nurse working in tech or a nurse informatician to complete the survey. So I'll just briefly go over it. So the article says that nurse and nurse informaticians of all levels, titles, and years of experience and locations, again, HIMSS is an international organization, are encouraged to share your insight about the role nurse informatics or nurse informaticians play in healthcare. So HIMSS does this survey every 3 years, and they do it to build upon research. They started doing this workforce survey in 2004. I've already taken it. I took it earlier today. They say 10 to 15 minutes to complete. I'll keep it real. It actually took me about 20 minutes. Maybe because the type of how you answer it, it gives you more questions. But their goal is to identify dynamics like in clinical experience, the type of work that you do as a nurse working in tech or informatics nurse, some of the systems of the type of systems that you work in, your compensation, the benefits like your company gives you, etc. So it's like I've already said, they say they use it in research. So if you want to go back and look at the last nursing informatics workforce survey HIMSS did, they do have a link here, and I'll be sure to leave a link in the description box. But what they found in the last survey, and this is interesting, that nurse informaticists are the driving force behind the development, implementation, and optimization of electronic medical health records, nurse and clinical documentation, point of care clinical decision support, and computerized practitioner entry. I know, there are nurses working in tech in machine learning, artificial intelligence, digital health, insurance companies. I know nurses who are working in tech and doing cybersecurity work. I posted a link to an article about a week and a half ago about how nurses are now becoming CIOs or chief information officers, or like the head technology executive in an organization. Here, I'll just quickly go through some of the questions. I will not like save my results because again, I've already completed the survey, but just to give you an idea of the type of questions that they ask. And again, you don't have to be a nurse informatician to complete it. You could just be a nurse working in another specialty, but they capture data again, such as professional status, salary, practice trends, and so much more. They said 10 to 15 minutes again. Oh yeah, see, won't let me do it. Oh, it says you do not meet the qualifications. Are you kidding me? Wait a minute. Hold on, y'all. Maybe because I did it earlier. It's not. Let's try it again. Oh, okay. Yeah, I did the survey earlier, so it looks like it's not letting me go through the questions a second time. But let's see. And I was going to share here something also that HIMSS posted from their last nursing informatics workforce survey, what they found. And I'll share this piece here. They said over 68% of the people who responded, their N was 1,359, worked for a hospital or a multi-facility health system. More than half worked at a magnet designated hospital. Their actually magnet conference was just last week in Philadelphia. Maybe I'll do a separate video or post on TikTok about magnet. I presented at magnet this year and did a podium presentation. But also it worked 41% at a HIMSS stage 6 or stage 7 hospital. That's one of the highest levels that a technology organization or a hospital or health system can get. They said this may correlate to the increased value of informatics and health system achievements. They did say with the last survey, they saw an uptick in the percentage of people who responded to have a master's degree in nursing or a master's degree in nursing informatics or some other type of specialty. So in the prior years, they only saw 59% who actually had an advanced degree. They go on to say in the last survey results, the role of the chief nurse informatics officer or the senior nurse informatics officer, that position continues to be on the rise. So the CNIO, that is the nurse executive in technology at the very highest level. Many CNIOs are on the same level as like the CFO, the CIO, CDO, etc. And it goes on to talk about a little bit more some of the other workforce trends. And I'll leave a link here below. And I will say at the end of the survey, they give you the option of being emailed with the survey data results. So I did sign up for that because I am curious to see, once they get, I want to see if they get more respondents this time. It looks like last time they had like less than 1,700 respondents. So hopefully they'll get more people to complete the survey this time. And I really want to look at the data, especially considering what has happened in healthcare technology over the last 3 years with COVID, right? Because I know for the tech company that I work for, we had a lot of rapid deployment of different technology solutions around like AI and device integration and things and solutions around like workplace violence, patient safety. Did a lot of work because we were deploying so rapidly ensuring that we were meeting standards with cybersecurity and things like that. So I'm sure we weren't the only company that had to rapidly scale and deploy solutions because, with like restrictions around how providers, spend time in patient rooms. Like I know we did a lot around mobile apps and mobile deployment as well. So I'm curious to see the results of this survey for other nurses who work in tech or work in informatics or familiar with that type of work, to see how that impacted other organizations. But yeah, y'all, that's it. If you are a registered nurse, a nurse working in tech, a nurse informatician working in academia, a payer, a hospital, a startup, etc., please consider taking this survey. Again, this data, the data that HIMSS collects about nurses working in tech, you can't get it anywhere else, right? There is not any other organization collecting this level of detail about nurses working in tech. And, folks tell me, people all the time say, I didn't know nurses worked in tech or informatics. So us completing these type of surveys does help the profession. All right, y'all, I'll be sure to leave a link to everything in the description, and I'll see you in the next video.